Miles Harris, aka Bouncer Play Dirty on social media. That's who you are, yeah? You're wide open. Now, another allegation, yeah? Another false alleged thing you have put on your social media against me. Again, yeah? So I will clear all that up for social media purposes, yeah? But Miles Harris, because you've converted to Muslim, yeah, you believe in your delusional mental mind that the authorities in a Muslim country where you are residing now, yeah, in your dingy little apartment, I was going to say people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, people in dingy, dirty little fucking apartments shouldn't throw stones. But anyway, back to it. Do you honestly believe that the authorities in Dubai are going to favour you because you're a Muslim convert? Because it's a Muslim country? Are you absolutely out of your fucking mind? Are you stupid? Listen, Miles Harris, I got absolutely everything on you. And do you know all your deleted stuff that you think's all deleted? Yeah? Of course it's not all deleted, is it? You silly sausage. I've been around the block. I've told you this before. I've been around a lot longer than you. You're internet ready. Listen, I've had all the fucking training with trolls and this and that and the other and the likes of you, yeah? But the only problem with you is this. You're wide open. You're not a hidden troll behind a fake profile. Everybody knows who you are, yeah? So if it was anyone normal, like tit for tat, and I'd say, yeah, I'll put it to bed now. I'll leave him alone. But if you had any chance to ruin my fucking life, Miles Harris, yeah, you would. I've got 4 children, I've got a wife, I've got a loving family, friends, yeah? And this kind of stuff on social media affects people's mental health, relationships, finances. I mean, I'm talking impacting people's businesses, people's livelihoods, yeah? People's reputations. But listen, Miles Harris, there is nothing I haven't got on you, and I'm not going to get all down and dirty like you are yet and say some horrible things that can, you know, people can pat me on the back for. I'm not about that. I'm going to do you good and proper, yeah? You really have done yourself a mischief, Miles Harris. Mark my fucking words, yeah? I will be seeing you real soon.
Listen, if you focused on what other people thought of you, you will never get anywhere in life. But for many years, it's fair to say we've seen on the internet far-right push narratives. Now, I want to make this very clear. I don't have a problem with far-right. I have a problem with extreme far-right racists that push fake narratives. Now, my thing is, if you're going to speak about, like, nonsense, you're going to speak about all these mad stuff, speak about everything. You can't just focus on one demographic of people and not focus on the 92% of convicted demographics of people. It doesn't make sense. And you see what I realized going online, and I've seen the Shinny nonce, like basically he's been pushing this agenda to say that, what has he been saying? He's been pushing an agenda saying that, like he's shouting at all the communities, the Sikh community, the Hindu community, the Muslim community, the Jew community, to stand up against me. But go look at my content. What have I really done? Then when you look at his content, you see this week the guy has out and out just been racist, and you don't even know he's being racist. Then he's confused. And you see the thing with him is he can't just have a one-to-one. He needs the whole community to get onto me, which is fine. And now, and this is my point, people's like, man's calling the whole of the far-right nonsense, whoa. If we want to go onto the demographic and the stats, because they're pushing, remember, these people, they don't like Muslims. They hate them with a passion. Everything is Muslims. Tommy Robinson's key, you can see, is a key figure. But you just can't make this stuff up, because they will say, okay, well, piss off back to a Muslim country if you want to deal with what you need to deal with. I'm in a Muslim country and they're saying that I ran off to the Muslim country and I'm scared for my life. And I just have to laugh. Because in my head, I'm saying, these people are not internet ready. I don't think they actually know, man. But they've been pushing multiple fake narratives, all of them with their big platforms. This one with the big platform, this one with the big platform. So I want to make a message to the extreme far-right activists. I'm letting you know that you haven't met someone like myself, someone that will stand up for injustice. You see, when you push fake propaganda and fake news, and when I say fake propaganda, today you're going to see, I've got a few posts. So you tune into a 10 a.m. one, I've got something coming out at 10 a.m., I've got something coming out at 2, and you're going to start seeing. And when you start pushing fake propaganda and that, do you know who it affects? The women, the black women, the brown women, Asian women. And do you know why I went down the route of saying far-right racists, the activists, you lot got blood on your hands? Because you film people like Glasgow, Ireland, brother running in the park, and then you push a narrative saying, oh yeah, we just saw him filming children, when it's not true. And
Miles Harris, bouncer played dirty. I wonder if you've got a middle name. I mean, it wouldn't take me long to find out anything about you, especially a middle name. Now, everybody presumes that my middle name is Shinny, James Shinny Davenport, but it's not. You see, it's James Peterson Davenport. My biological father was called Peter, and he named me Peter's son, James Peterson Davenport. And any time I was arrested in the past, for being a naughty bastard, just as you was a naughty bastard, the police used to mock me because of my middle name. So I've always been known to the police by James Peterson Davenport. You see, I had a bit of a dickhead past as well. I turned my life around for the better, yeah? But many years ago when I'd get arrested or pulled over, he'd always mock me for the Peterson thing. But there was a copper that was after me for about 5 years, PC Perry. He's dead now. And he could never find me, could never locate me, because he had different names, Shinny. He was after this Shinny, but he never knew, he never linked James Peterson Davenport with Shinny. But he got me in the end, and he was quite proud of himself. I'll never forget what he said to me as well. He says, you have outsmarted us for years. You're a very clever man, Davenport. A very clever man. And you know what a very clever man is? He's a very dangerous man to his enemies, yeah? You're being outsmarted all the time. And what you've done again, yeah? You give me a nice golden nugget. You nugget. See you soon, bounce. Miles Harris. I want to end on this, fatty. How many other people in Salford or Manchester do you think has the name James Davenport?
TS was responding. I guess you brought up a...
Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy 7 Deadly Sins and shit here. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to call and go live and that, speak on a few things, Okay, so, you just see me in the video there, but I've decided to do another take, but I'm not, about like that. So I'll just do a quick recording. So, Mr. Shinny Show and Bouncer. I thought I'd give you all an update on what's going on with that right there. Crazy times though. But I am glad of one thing, that Bouncer, you turn around and you've basically said, all right, Shinny's not that like that, but you're trying to attack him in a different way now to try and keep to your point in a way. But yeah, you've done the right thing though. You've done the right thing. You can't be labeling people certain ways like that. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you can either be gangster about it and find a man and want to deal with a man, or you can play a game, but you have to be careful how you play a game. You understand? If you're playing a game and just disrespecting someone back and forth, then yeah, you got to keep it to a level of making sure no one turns up at your door, or if you want that to happen, then you keep up with the bullshit and someone will turn up at your door. You know what I'm trying to say? So people like me sitting back watching, and you're trying to make a civil argument, trying to say these guys are racist and blah, blah, blah. Look, don't believe him and, playing game, all that stuff you're saying. It just sounds like to a man like me, Bouncer, like what you've been putting out there, yeah. And I do see some of your points, though, at the same time. I understand the little points you're making. I understand the points you're making. But you see, the bigger points that you make completely get ripped apart and thrown in the bin. You understand? Because it can't compete to, you can't say something. You can't say to someone, hey, stop throwing stones at that window, at people's windows when you do it yourself. You know what I'm trying to say? And even if it means one or two in the clan that are doing it, is still that, So yeah, I'm glad you kind of woke up at that fact, because you would have lost if you would have carried on the same mission of comparing, which Muslims need to stop doing this comparing stuff, because every time they do, they lose. You understand? But I understand what you're trying to do when you're on this subject of the kids and that, But when it comes to comparing, you don't win. It's a kiddie argument. Comparing, pointing the finger in the other direction is a kid argument. It's like, what about him though? What about him? All right, then I see what a smart person would say. All right, cool. You're telling me about that person too. All right, then that person too done the same thing, but that don't excuse you. You understand, Bouncer? It don't excuse you. Don't excuse your circumstances, you know what I'm saying? Don't excuse that. No matter. And you need to pass this out through all of the clan, because they don't seem to notice this or understand this. Pointing fingers gets nobody nowhere. You're just showing you're both as bad as each other. So what should a man naturally do? Get rid of both problems, right? It don't make sense getting rid of one side of the problem, Banser and Shinny. It don't, It don't, because there's still a problem. You understand? I understand the things of the problem, who would people rather get raped by? Obviously their own, but it's still a dirty thing. I'd rather nobody got raped. Do you understand? So when you're pointing fingers, it's just like, yeah, he does it too. He does it too. Da, 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 da. Like, no real accountability in it. None. You go by numbers, and numbers lie. And I'm not saying the numbers are lying this time, but numbers do lie. So when you just like throwing around numbers, it's like I've been talking about what's it called? What's the name of it? The criminal statuses, between races, like who'd be getting locked up more and for what crimes and whatever, You get me? We know that's a lie, but people don't think that's a lie. When they can look around and they've known throughout history how much of a lie it really is, when, we've always heard tales, and some of us have been in them positions where we've seen black people getting pulled over more than the white person would. And the white man knows this, yeah, they can get away with, or could get away with having things on. Yeah, let me tell you what privilege looks like, right? Privilege, what privilege does always look like to me when it comes to police here. You can see in the conversations. Look at the conversation a black person has with a police officer versus a white person has with a police officer. When a white person speaks to a police officer, it's more like they know each other, it's friendly night. Not all everybody. I'm not talking about everybody. Don't get it twisted. Because remember, I'm from a thug background, and the white people I know are kind of thugs as well. They're in that background. It's not like they're you know what I'm saying, office work or whatever the hell. Now, when you're in a certain circle, you see the people that are also attracted to that circle. White, black, Asians, you're around them kind of people. So, I'm not trying to say everybody, but at the same time, is the rest the civilian, like some of them, a lot of them, So that's one thing we can't ignore. And I forgot the point that I was saying. I forgot. I lost my train of thought with that one. But anyway, I'm glad though that you're realizing that basically, you're realizing that shit can get ugly. Shit can get ugly, Get me? chicken get ugly in that remark like that. That's why you don't really hear them kind of things being thrown around Birmingham like that. Get me? I've been watching y'all YouTube shit, RTM and all these other members, Clue and Chronic, obviously Bouncer and stuff, and some other ones, 11 Mills or whatever his name is. And y'all have been throwing around suck your mums and all this stuff. Y'all are crazy over there. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, yeah, suck your mums, get away with suck. I don't know, touch and go depends probably. But you know, when it comes to like nonsense and shit, calling people nonsense and that, and it's just y'all just let it go and let it blow over and blah blah blah. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. That's why I was saying, Bouncer, people get killed for less, man. People really get killed for less, you know. I'm being serious, Bouncer. I swear, if you would have been, I know you're supposed to have had a whatever background too, but if you would have been around when I was like, you know, around the same ends when we was doing our thing, you would have seen what happened to certain mans that was moving like that, talking like that, for real, for real. You get me? I mean, think about it. When mans go to prison, a man will get fucked up outside because of that accusation or that name or whatever. And then what happens? It's not over with then. He goes to prison and he might lose his life. You see, it's not over. That's how big that word is. You understand? So you have to be careful, my nigga. You understand? Because when man are shouting like that, I've always been promoting, we find them niggas and we kill them kind of people. I've always promoted that. And I'm that guy that talks how I talk, and there's no holdbacks, and I don't care anything about freedom of speech and all this stuff. Freedom of speech. All right, let me explain what. You see, these labels and categories that you all jump up to. Yeah, freedom of speech. No one tells me nothing about no freedom. I speak. I'm not fitting into a category where I have to vote to speak. Fuck that. What the fuck's this? Huh? Born on this place, my planet. What you on about? Who am I talking, turning around to and have to apply to speak? Are you dumb? So I don't, when y'all are all in this law stuff and freedom of speech and all this stuff, that don't apply to me. I do me. You understand? I just do me. And that's facts. Go and look at all my content. I've got a lot of content still on YouTube, you know. I've been on YouTube. I was doing YouTube for over 10 years, you know. Get me? And no, it's not not like y'all. Not to try and get all fame and that. I was attacking, coming for people, pedophiles and stuff, and the evidence is still out there. And I'm just raw dog with the energy. No Queen's English, shall I call it? You understand? Get me? I don't try and fit my words so I don't get monetize, so I get, I don't care about monetization and all that stuff. This is a platform to speak on. This is a phone to me. Don't come here to beg friends or nothing. So yeah, some people are here to play the game, follow the rules, and do what the master do. And some people like me just abuse the technology that's given in front of me. And I've been blackballed and everything many times over the years. So yeah, Bouncer, when it comes to like, I just watched your show as well, Bouncer, yeah. And he was talking about the other guy, and he had his wife with him or something like that in the picture. Yeah, you're just jumping around from individuals to individuals, but at the same time, right? You can't call out for war and then try and turn it into a joke. These guys don't know you like that. You see the RTM mans and Chronic and all them mans, they know you. You can go and try and act all gangster, and then turn around and laugh it off in the instant. They can work with that. You get me? But when you're addressing other people that don't really know you like that, and you're just coming off with all this nonsense, this and nonsense that, then all of a sudden, you like in today's show, you were saying, oh, it's just banter. It's banter. Nigga, you can't be calling people nonsense and then turn it into banter. Do you understand? Like, bro, you listen. Nigga, go and watch the movie one day. Shout out to my Birmingham. Go watch the movie one day. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm just trying to say to you, bro, like, listen, just be careful what you're saying, man. Get me? You're supposed to move better as a Jamaican as well. It's clear that you've lost your motherfucking Jamaican, motherfucking whatnot, word I'm thinking of. You understand? Your God palate. You understand? Because like you're moving different, you move. Oh, I can't say different. Didn't know you before, but like you get me. Like you're moving odd. Jamaica's not supposed to move like that. You understand? You're moving odd. You understand? Not using your brain. Got to move better. And like I said, well, I probably didn't say it, but I'll say it now. You know what? That situation was like. He's kind of fixed it now when it's come to Shinny anyway. But you know what that situation was like? It was like that Chad the Builder situation. You see over there in America, there's a guy called Chad the Builder, right? And he was doing some madness, running up and down on the roads, aggravating black people, saying that they're chimping out and that. We're hoping that they would so we can catch some clips. That's what Bouncer's base technically doing here. You understand? Like, in a way, like you're running around making up shit, causing trouble, making up shit. Do you understand? You made up some shit, and then then you try to make it into a race war. Yo, they're the racist, they're the right side. What's the word? The right front, the front right, whatever the word is. Get me? Yeah, the racists and all this, like boom, 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 bam, 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 needs to get together and stop these people. But this is to a man like me that's got a mad glitchy brain. It's kind of fight talk. It's like, okay, well, we need to prepare to fight these. Like, what's going on? And now I want to know what's going on. And then I'm hearing what's going on, and it's not making no sense. I'm like, hold on, what? Are you just trying to get man locked? Are you just trying to get man to go out there for war and all this? And then I say to myself, all right then, I see what you're saying. Cool. Well, you don't even fuck with Jamaicans like that. So cool, you got your Akis to back you. You got your Muslims to back you anyway. So let's just see how this turns out. Let's see how this turns out, because this is crazy right now. This is crazy right now, Bouncer. It seems like you're just leading man into something for no reason. You understand? Now, listen, if it was a thing where the far right, that's it, far right. If it's a thing where the far right was naturally each week going around hunting down black people all the time, beating them or whatever, then, like, yeah, if you was just jump up and say, yo, hey, we need to go and find these guys, boom, 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 or every man mounts up and just gets ready and go for it. Yeah, I understand that. I get what's going on. I get it. Man would have been on that already, but I get it. But you just turn around, see the man, right? He spoke on something called, you might have seen a few things here, but the thing is, Bouncer, he was talking on what's on the news, my nigga. There's nothing wrong with people turning around and speaking on what they just witnessed in shock value and what they're sick and tired of in the UK, bro. Remember, you got to think of both sides of the pipeline. You got to put your mind in the white side's place and in your people's place. You understand? Like, get me? You got to understand what it is. Sick and tired of certain things going on to the people. Bouncer. If I was to hear Jamaicans were getting fucked up and blah 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 blah, bro, I'ma go mad, Bouncer. You understand? Let people talk their talk, Bouncer. As soon as you want to be racist, that's when you want to jump in that for real though. Wait for them to show you the gun. Wait for them to load it. Then you holler. No, they don't even wait. Just let them know that you see the gun, you heard the gun. You know what it is. You understand? Like, and then you get me. And then you don't even just promote it on YouTube or like all that shit. Anyway. I'm glad you're kind of you're turning it into content right now. But anyway, Shinny made a video. And Shinny was like, hey, I'll be seeing you soon, Bouncer. I'll be seeing you soon, Bouncer. It's me and you, Bouncer. Yabba dabba do, Bouncer. God damn. Hey, Bouncer, like, listen. Listen, what would be, Remember, boy, you was doing your little fighting thing in the ring too, weren't you, though, Bouncer? So it's nothing to be like, Shinny comes up to you. I seen one of his videos, his boxing. Nigga, he could spar. He could throw punches. He was talking about 12, 13 rounds and all this stuff. I was watching. Yeah, man, it's got game still. It's got a little game. I know that you've been in the ring too, Bouncer. You had the little fights. One or two of them, I don't know. One, you know what I'm saying? So, like, hey. If I don't know what he's planning. I don't know what Shinny's planning. I'm not trying to put words into the atmosphere or anything like that. I'm not trying to I'm not that guy, I'm not that guy no more in that. But if something was to go down, everybody, please, somebody get it on camera. Please. You know what I'm saying? And even send it to me. And you know what I'm saying? I edit it, everybody. I put a boxing ring around them, everybody. Some lights in the background, everybody. Some people like going like, yeah, in the background, everybody. Yeah. And then we just put it out on YouTube, everybody. And put it back out there. That would be interesting to watch, though. But Bouncer, something tells me you don't want that. Can I be real with you, Bouncer? I don't know. Like, I'm not saying you're pussy. I'm not saying you're pussy at all. I'm not saying nothing like that. But I mean, it's good with the energy change. Like, you notice you were saying too much. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like I feel like you're fully backing out of all, chances if there was a fight to happen, blah 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 blah, blah. And you just turning it into content now. I want to give a shout out to Clue as well for his video. Overgrowing situations, but yeah, Bouncer. Like, what would you do if Shinny turned up though? Like, would you sit there, have a talk with him, or would you throw hands with him? I don't think Shinny would want to talk to you unless you was to say sorry to him, upsetting his missus and that, But anyway, that would be interesting to know and see. And I'm not saying you back. Don't get me twisted. I'm not saying you backed off from Shinny and like that. But you know what you're doing. You're not calling them words no more. And it's like you're kind of backing away from Shinny. But this is the thing, Bouncer. Right? You can't get somebody riled up and expect them to back away because you're backing away. But listen. There's so many things I would like to talk about and teach right now, but it would offend a lot of people, and a lot of people not in this subject. So it's not even just worth. It's not worth for me going on about that. But what I can say to you is, Bouncer, you need to just like if you're gonna be the guy to try and find the trouble, cause the trouble, start the trouble first, and that, then. Make sure you do your research and make sure, the only time nonsense in that words need to be used when you're 1,000% on point with that when you're correct. Okay, you get me? Because that just moves things to phase 2, bro. You understand? You get me? Once you're putting out that somebody's a nonce, it's like, all right, I'm cold, so where is this nonce? Does he just so happen to be around my area? Huh? Because if he is, I'll go give him a visit. That's what my mind thinks like. So hopefully a lot more men's minds might think like that. I don't want to be living around my nonces. I don't want to know there's a nonce near me. I don't want to know that there's a nonce touching a girl that I could stop from happening. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You get me? Well, what did that make sense? The last one. Does that make sense? Basically, I'm just saying, like, if there's a nonce around me, that's not supposed to be. So he's got to leave like a tree. He's got to leave like a tree. So anyway, back to the subject in hand. Bouncer and Shinny show. Yeah, so yeah, man. Like I think I'm not sure though, people. I'm not sure, but I'll have to get the video up for you. But I think Shiny Show might be planning a visit. I might be planning a visit over there. Oh, but Bouncer, he made some good points here. I don't really want to talk about certain things like that to get involved with your arguments like that. But you both are making some good points. As for the back and forth sake of it, Bouncer, if you want to keep this YouTube only, the only way you're going to do that, bro, I reckon, is you giving out a whole lot of apologies. And I know you ain't going to apologize. I know you ain't apologizing for shit. Even right now, you're laughing at me saying that. And I understand that. I understand that. But I'm just thinking, if this guy's really going to... I'm not saying he said that he's doing this, everybody. I'm just thinking to myself, in my mind, I'm thinking he might be going to see Bouncer. I'm saying, if this guy's really willing to come over there and see you, Bouncer, and while you're just acting like, you know, it's just content and stuff like that, you know. Well, you gotta know, you better just turn on your third eye. You better just open up that third eye, for real. You better get your. I don't mean. Listen, I know I'm saying it sounds like I'm making you worried in it. No, I'm not saying it like that. I'm not trying to make anybody worried of nothing. I'm just talking about the possibilities. You understand? And it's like, you know, how you conducted yourself in this situation. Get me? You understand? Like, it's crazy. But if he does come, may the best man win, you know. May the best man win. I hope it's a good exercise. You know what I'm trying to say? Y'all could have went to Misfits, though. Or maybe you two might just have a conversation, you know. But anyway, y'all could have went to Misfits and got a bag out of it. I can't believe. I see, this is the thing, Bouncer. This is what makes me think that you're not really internet ready, as you would like to say. Because you're not jumping up for this bag. You're talking about, 150. Nigga, you're not worth no 150 until you're worth 150. You understand? Show me that you're worth 150 in a ring. You understand? You only got 100,000 subs, you know. Okay, don't get it twisted, Bouncer. It's only 100,000 subs. And you don't get 100,000 views each damn video. So, yeah, come on, man. You understand? Like stop it. Because it sounds like it's scared talk. And Bouncer, I know it sounds like I'm attacking you right now. I'm not. I'm just talking to you like a brother should. You understand? But it sounds like scared talk. You understand? I wouldn't turn down that bag. I don't care. Why not? Put your name out there more fame, more links to different directions, more blah, blah, blahs and accessibilities and all this shit, all them accessibility words and shit. You understand? You the YouTuber, you want to be famous, right? But people are accusing you of trying to get into all sorts of lanes so you can try and get more famous, but you don't want to take the Misfits. I'm not saying that he offered you out on Misfits either. I'm just throwing shit out in the air, everybody. Because he might not even want to go on Misfits, right? I'm just saying what I've said to you in the past or what I know about you. I can only have this conversation with you right now or at you right now, Bouncer. So I hope you understand. This ain't no bullying tactics. This is what you need to hear. This is what your friends ain't telling you. This is what your people ain't telling you. You understand? You get me? You know what I'm saying? Gotta move on point, man. Kind of disgraceful, even all that shit, you know. You understand? We don't slip like that. Everybody else slips like that. Yeah, we angry and we loud, but we don't make stupid mistakes like that. You get me? We just suck your mums and shit like that, don't we? We don't label people nonsense until the nonsense. You understand? So, yeah, man. Now you got all these people, you got all these white folks, then they got this black Jamaican running around spreading lies, this black Muslim and all this stuff. Not like Muslims don't lie, but you know, you get my point though. The Jamaican part. It's crazy though. And shout out to all the Muslims, shout out to Christians, shout out to Muslims and that, you know, because the good ones, you got your demonic folks at the side, yeah, doing bullshit. You understand? Causing the problems and shit. You understand? But another thing though, Bouncer. Actually, I think that part's been addressed, you know. Yeah, I think that part was addressed. So yeah, Bouncer, man. Just like, you know, you need to go and see some of my old content. I've got a channel, yeah. Now, but I don't, you know what? I never promote my shit in the whole how many years since YouTube came out, when we was all doing the live streaming thing. I mean, yeah, when it first come out, I was there then. You understand? 10 years straight, 12, 13 years straight, to say the truth. I'm still kind of YouTubing now, but not really. Only when I get pissed off, I'll say some shit. You understand? But listen, trust me, my energy, I don't like to promote, because bare madness, it can get racist, it can get very violent, all that stuff. My content is, it is. Get me? And not racist as such. I'm a realist, but people will take shit as racist, because they don't like to be hurt. People don't like the truth. You understand? But I have really got a violent temper and all that stuff, So yeah, my energy makes people run. I've made people run from YouTube. Never met me before. You ever had the power to make people run? Huh? Crazy. Just shows you how much people are like locked into this YouTube shit, brainwashed and shit, to fear. You understand? I've done some terrible things in my past on this shit too, but it's not the point, is it? The point is, be careful, man. I've seen people die on YouTube, bro. Bouncer. You understand? I've seen niggas get ran up on. There's videos of cars putting up on the people that are live streaming and just getting shot up. There's videos of that, That's what I'm saying. Y'all play with words over there, man. Even going to YouTube saying suck your mums and that, suck your mum, you're normalizing the word, There was a time back in the day, in the 80s, 90s and that, get me, you couldn't say them kind of things because you stand and fight for your mum, you stand and fight for your dad. And now look at us just throwing out them kind of things, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, I just want to leave this message. I'm going to end that there. Blessings, everybody, and take care. And yeah, let me just say, Bouncer and Shinny, have fun. Have fun. I'll be watching. And there was, I'm going to call this like a Muslim and Christian thing. I'm going to call that Muslim and Christian thing. Because Bouncer, you even said in your video today, why is he talking about religion for? Why are you trying to... Bro, you made it about religion. All right, Bouncer, stop. Listen, this is what I'm trying to say. You make yourself look mad, bro. You make yourself look mad. You keep turning around and say, they doing this and they doing that, when you're doing it too, or done it, or said it minutes before. I'm like, yo, is Bouncer crazy or something? How is he doing this? How is he saying, but they're this and they're that? But it's the same in his group. You can't win an argument. It's null and void, or whatever the word. Like, goddamn, it's a draw. It's a draw. And it will always be a draw as long as you keep saying, what about him and what about him, and not answering the questions. Do you understand? Oh yeah, and another reason why you shouldn't compete like that, Bouncer. Because if you're saying to someone, oh, they're Nazis, blah, 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 they can say, you say, why don't you talk about the Nazis in your communities and stuff like that? They do, Bouncer. And you've seen it on his page, Shinny's script page. Shinny calls out certain people. But the fact of the matter is, Bouncer, you can go to YouTube and see nothing but white content creators, pedo, hunting or bashing, live screaming it, facts. Bouncer, you will lose each time. Now, if I was to turn around and say the Muslims do that, show me 10 channels, 10. In fact, show me 5 channels from Muslims that attack that are in the getting men in their own community, finding other Muslims and live streaming it all and do that. Find me that. See, you've gone quiet now, innit? You've gone hush right now, innit? You've gone silent. Your heart's just dropped to your stomach. You see the difference. That side's doing something about it. Do you understand now, Bouncer? You will lose every freaking time. Stop embarrassing yourself because you're embarrassing black people talking in such a way like you're not paying attention. Do you understand? So so that's what I'm trying to say. I'm happy right now because you're kind of going away from that. You're going away from that. You can't be doing that non-shit no more. You can't. Do you understand? And I'm talking like I'm a Muslim. I ain't no Muslim. It sounds like I'm looping me into this group. I mean, from a black man to a black man, people look at him and, you know, or Jamaican, more to the point, I'm looking at it as from a Jamaican to a Jamaican. So yeah, man, you can't do that, man. Just think before you talk, Bouncer. I'm just trying to help you save the Muslims, okay? Because you're making Muslims look stupid doing that kind of shit. For real, for real. For real, for real, for real. On guard, for real, on guard. Do you understand? Yeah. And today's teaching lesson is over, everybody. Y'all have a good day. Go home now. Tell your parents you had a good day in school. And have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye.